Well, hello, and thanks for joining us for the Ouachita News Show. I'm Kaylin Clay.
And I'm Joshua Engel. Tune season is officially almost here, and the excitement around campus is evident. This week is especially dedicated for the clubs and organizations to clean up the choreography and songs for their shows. This also means that these groups will begin to show swap with one another. Now, I don't know about you, Kaylin, but I am excited to see some of these shows next week.
Yeah, I am so excited. I can't wait to see what each group has been working on. They've been working so hard these past few weeks. Now, this Tiger Tunes is especially important to Ouachita because it will be our 45th annual Tiger Tunes. Reporter Ashley Estes spoke more on this topic with OSF Special Events Chair Joey Wissenhunt. It's just a special milestone, and she has a story.
Students all over campus are diving headlong into Tiger Tunes season 2023 and are preparing tirelessly for their performances coming up in less than 2 weeks. This season is a special time to celebrate for Tiger Tunes as it's the 45th anniversary of the Tiger Tunes performances.
The first Tiger Tunes performance, held in 1989, featured a performance by the existing clubs at the time. Since then, the performance has added clubs and other groups that compete through song and dance routines to win points throughout 4 shows. After each season, themes, hosts and hostesses, participants, and music selections change from year to year. But what doesn't change is the mission, value, and purpose behind the event. Joey Wissenhunt is the Special Events Chair for the Ouachita Students Foundation and has told me a little bit about the tradition of tunes.
We raise money for student scholarships for juniors and seniors here at Ouachita who had some unforeseen circumstances, and in their junior and senior year they need that financial assistance to finish their education here at Ouachita. And that's what OSF is all about. Events like Tiger Tunes, Tiger Tracks, and everything else that OSF does is all to help our fellow students, the people that we sit by in classes every day, help them stay on campus.
Tiger Tunes has come a long way in its 45 years, from its beginnings with clubs barely competing to a campus-wide fight for the glory of being the Tiger Tunes champions. More important than the healthy competition it stirs up between students, Tiger Tunes gives the community of Ouachita the opportunity to unite and use their hard work to pour back into the community through student scholarships.
First Tiger Tunes was actually in a building right over there that no longer exists. And so that's pretty cool. But just to see how Tiger Tunes has grown and evolved. It used to be 100,000 was the goal. About 5 years ago, that was the goal at Tiger Tunes. Last year we raised 170, and we're trying to raise even more than that this year. So it's obviously grown quite a bit, but the premise still stays the same.
There's been so much to celebrate this year on campus, but 45 years of students pouring back into the community and spending countless hours putting on a production to raise money for student scholarships is something really special. We're looking forward to celebrating the 45th year of Tiger Tunes with you next weekend. With Ouachita News, I'm Ashley Estes.
Well, thanks, Ashley. Now, the tradition of Tiger Tunes is just a huge part of Ouachita's rich history. It raises money for student scholarships and gives students a healthy dose of some good, friendly competition. Plus, our very own Ouachita Student Foundation has been dropping hints the last few weeks to tease the theme for the overall show. I am starting to think it has something to do with Taylor Swift. What do you think, Josh?
Well, I would have to say I am enjoying their social media hints, but we know all too well that OSF could surprise us with something else closer to the time. So speaking of time, let's save you guys on some time by deciding what to wear next week by looking at our Ouachita weather. Allie, what should we be expecting this week?
Thank you, Josh. Now it's time to give you an overview of the weather this week. With the start of fall on Saturday, we are seeing temperatures start to cool down with highs in the mid-80s and lows of around 62 degrees. There are some chances for some pop-up showers throughout the weekend, so hopefully cool us down. Make sure to grab a rain jacket before heading to class on Friday. But for the rest of the week, you should be in the clear. Moving to today's forecast, we have a high of about 87 and a low of 63 degrees. It is a partly cloudy day with a low chance of thunderstorms. Wind gusts of around 15 miles per hour. So hopefully a nice breeze out around campus today. Now for those participating, let's take a look at Tiger Serve Day coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a warm one. A mix of rain and sun in the morning with a temperature of around 92 during the day. There is a good chance for some thunderstorms, so grab your rain gear to be prepared. We hope to see you come out and volunteer. Predictions provided by AccuWeather. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Allie. It is always beneficial to know what our weather will be looking like this next week, especially for those of you playing intramurals. So as of right now, the pickleball playoffs are underway, and the co-ed and men's soccer sign-up just went live on the Rec Life app. But Not to worry if those sports don't interest you. There will be more activity opportunities beginning in a few weeks.
Now, I may not be much of an athlete, but I do love watching some Ouachita intramurals. But we also have an important show coming up on this Friday for the theater department. Students will be performing the popular one-act play Pullman Car Hiawatha, written by Thornton Wilder. Now, I'm so excited to see this group perform for the first time this semester because this is a great reminder of all of the talent we have here at Ouachita.
Well, not only do we have incredible talent here, but we also have a heart for animals. The Arkadelphia Humane Society has always been a place for student involvement. Students can adopt a pet for a day. Allie Hilkema has more on the story.
To rescue, heal, restore confidence to, and provide wonderful homes for the many homeless animals of Clark County. This is the mission of the Humane Society of Clark County in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Within this nonprofit organization, volunteer and staff alike seek to be an advocate for our four-legged friends who can't seem to speak for themselves. I had the pleasure of speaking with Miss Whitney Turner, Director of the Humane Society, to highlight the Humane Society's vision for Arkadelphia and to provide information on how the citizens within this town can help achieve it.
The Humane Society of Clark County is a 501c3 no-kill animal shelter founded in 1989 by Don and Dee Ross along with a body of mission-minded Clark County citizens. The shelter specializes in giving deprived, abandoned, and mistreated cats and dogs the provision and love they deserve to be met with. They also will to raise public awareness of animal issues and to promote responsible pet ownership. In the simplicities of the day-to-day, their passion for the pets is evident.
I think one of our goals is just rescue. We have a lot of animals that are abandoned, and people just drop them anywhere, everywhere. And we're just to rescue and rehabilitate and be able to find them good homes.
According to the Humane Society's website, the vision of the shelter is as follows: a Clark County, Arkansas with no pet overpopulation and where all pets have a humane living environment. However, there is also a goal in mind for the shelter itself. The nonprofit organization is yearning for the ability to build a new shelter away from the noisy railroad tracks and in a location with better drainage, as their current location struggles with reoccurring water issues. However, in the meantime, the Humane Society has various ways in which the students and residents within Arkadelphia can get involved.
One of the ways that they can do stuff is we do a Doggies Day Out program where you can come up here and pick out a dog and take them on a walk for a few hours a day. We're looking into doing fundraisers. Like one of the things we're doing is we're going to go to the fair that's next week. And we'll have a booth there, and it gives people the opportunity to sign up for volunteering. We have volunteers that come and clean. We have work days where we'll do some big kind of cleaning, mowing, picking up trash, kind of revamp the outside sometimes. We do the parades in town, so we always like people to come and help walk dogs in the parades, just so we can be a part of the community. And then we accept just donations. So you can do monetary donations, donations of supplies, or because we are always using supplies. So there's a few ways that people can kind of be active, or just come sit in a room full of cats. That's always something people can do.
For more information on how to donate and adopt, you can visit the shelter's website or contact them at 870-245-2579.
It's definitely become a passion for me. There's never a day that I don't want to be here. I just love every single one of these animals because they're like mine. And all our staff just views them as theirs. They're our babies. We do this every day. And so it just turned into something that has completely been a gift and a passion for me.
I'm Allie Hilkema for Ouachita News.
That is a great story, Allie. Ouachita loves to support local stores and businesses around Arkadelphia. But we are also known for our heart for service. Speaking of, this Saturday is our annual Tiger Serve Day, where students will travel in groups to assist people in the community with anything that they may need. The day starts usually at 8:30 and will typically last till around noon, when everyone gathers at the Elrod Center for a Sodexo catered lunch. This tradition always falls before Tiger Tunes and our yearly Ouachita Homecoming Week.
Now, speaking of homecoming, we have lots to look forward to next week, with festivities kicking off this Friday with the 40-plus homecoming nominees being presented in the Student Center at noon. Then next week begins the voting for Homecoming Queen, and the nominees will be cut to 20. Now these lucky ladies will be presented one final time at the Purple Plaza party on Friday before they take to the field on Saturday to see who our new Homecoming Queen will be.
The Purple Plaza party will also be full of festivities from each club and organization. Campus will be lined with booths filled with food, activities, and more. The student industry students will also be performing during this event, but don't get sad yet, the fun does not stop there. The Saturday morning of that homecoming game day, clubs on campus will host their alumni teas. Students will host tailgates and get to enjoy a nice game of football before the 2 final performances of Tiger Tunes that evening. Oh, well, speaking of football, let's see what the Roar Rundown for this current week is looking like. Madeline?
Welcome to the Roar Rundown. I'm Madeline Tellis, and let me tell you, it is a good time to be a Ouachita Tiger. UT Tyler and Ouachita men's soccer played to a scoreless draw on Thursday afternoon in Ouachita's 2023 home opener. The Ouachita defense recorded its first shutout of the season and denied all 20 of UT Tyler's shots. Excellent defense late in the game led Ouachita women's soccer to a 2-1 win over UT Tyler. Their lead was secured by senior Jocelyn Kispert with a shot sent right over the UTT goalkeeper and into the net. Men's tennis racked up some wins at the ITA Regionals bracket this weekend, and Doctors and Strassman went on to win the doubles championship and qualified for next month's ITA Cup in Rome, Georgia. The Ouachita volleyball team was kept busy all weekend with the Tiger Ready Invitational. Friday night, they faced fire and ice, burning the Leaf Flames all 3 sets and falling to the Seawolves of Alaska 0-3. Saturday was all wins as they took down the Buccaneers and the Bulldogs. They took the Buccaneers to 4 and swept the Bulldogs in 3. Ouachita took charge on both ends of the ball with Emily Adams' 10 kills and Kylie Kisgan's 18 digs. Sophomore Courtney Hansen's hands at the net led to her 34 assists in the first game and 28 in the second. By the end of the day, she had earned her 5th double-double of the season. The success in this tournament will hopefully continue as our Tigers' chemistry on the court keeps getting stronger. Ouachita Swim opened their season at the All-Arkansas Invite, and looking at the results, it seems like last year's success is proving to be motivation for this upcoming season. 5 of our very own won in the men's individual medley, 100-meter backstroke, men and women's 500 freestyle, 3-meter dive, and 1-meter dive. And this doesn't even include all the other Tigers who found themselves placing in the top 3 of events. The men and women's cross-country teams made a name for Ouachita in Music City this weekend in the Trevecca Nazarene Invitational. The men recorded 51 points, and freshman Noah Embry helped secure their second-place ranking with his performance in the 8K race. The Ouachita women scored 67 points, and junior Macy Cash's sub-20-minute 5K contributed to the team taking 3rd. Saturday night, the Tigers showed out in Cliff Harris Stadium. Our now 4th-ranked football team took the 52-24 victory over SAU for the 7th straight time. This win against Southern Arkansas makes them 3-0 so far this season. The Mule Riders struck first with the game's opening drive, but this was their only time seeing a lead for the rest of the game. Riley Harm's 73-yard pass to Carter McElhaney gave the Tigers a 2-score lead, and they went into halftime up 35-21 after a 12-yard touchdown pass to Kendall Givens. Ouachita's defense didn't let SAU into the end zone for the rest of the game and absolutely took over offensively in the second half. Junior Kendall Givens found himself in the end zone 4 times Saturday night and had 101 rushing yards on 26 carries. Kendall was not alone in offensive playmaking Saturday night. Connor Flanagan also had a 100-yard game, one of which being a 66-yard run in the first half. Harms finished his night matching his career high with 4 passing touchdowns, going 12 for 13 and throwing for 243 yards. Defensively, Josiah Johnson led the team with 14 tackles and was just one of the 3 whose total tackles were in double digits this weekend. Our 437 yards compared to SAU's 424 solidified the win and kept our winning streak alive. Ouachita's offense and defense were on their game Saturday night, and we hope to see this same energy and execution as they get on the road and face Arkansas Monticello on the 23rd at 6 p.m. Well, I did tell you it was a good time to be a Tiger, and now you can see why. We are so proud of our Ouachita athletics, and if you want to keep up with the latest in Ouachita sports and cheer on our Tigers, visit obutigers.com and tune into Ouachita Sports Digital Network. That's all for this week's Roar Rundown. I'm Madeline Tellis. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Madeline. This seems to be a busy week, but that does not mean we can't make time for a little on-campus fun. On today's question of the week, we asked you guys, what intramural would you like to see OBU bring back or begin to offer? And some of our favorite responses were softball from Caitlin Faye. Now, Ruthie Fox said battleship. Madeline McKay said ultimate frisbee. And my personal favorite, Georgia Richards said just dance competition. I would totally participate in that. Now, Josh, what is your favorite of those?
I don't know, Kaylin. I loved Battleship. I mean, let's just get some canoes in the pool and let's just go at it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Well, that is all we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Ouachita News Show and to answer each question of the week. You just might see your responses pop up here on the show.
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ouachita News Show, so you never miss out on the latest and greatest Ouachita news.